She is our resident drama queen. She will have my head. I wanted to show you the commission piece I just finished. This is Blarg. Welcome back to Vellichor Lane. Hi, I'm Grace. I make mozzies. They are tiny little monsters with big personalities. Today I'm making Twizzle, which means the day probably won't go smoothly because she is our resident drama queen and trouble follows her everywhere. I need to make 6 desk buddies of her today. I already have about 7 Twizzle keychains. I'm trying to get enough of each keychain and desk buddy of each mozzie to be able to do my first farmer's market, which is kind of my main goal right now. I also want to get the Zixie desk buddy listed on my Etsy shop. I also have a commission piece that I just finished up that hopefully I can get all the information I need from the buyer to be able to ship that out today. But I'll show you guys what he looks like later on. I'm so obsessed with it. I think he's so cute and the meaning behind it and everything is so special. So I just really hope that the new owner of this little monster loves it. So yeah, let's just see how much I can get done today. I mix my own colors because I find it's much more customizable like that, even though it's a total pain. I also fear that if I get attached to a specialty color, it's gonna get discontinued, and then what would I do? I'm sure that mozzie would end up being like the best-selling mozzie, and then I'd end up having to make a mausoleum. Okay, bad joke. Anyways, let's just get back to Twizzle because she does not like it when attention is taken away from her. She also is totally judging me for that joke. So Twizzle's personality is mostly made up of bold color, questionable decisions, and unnecessary drama. That's why she gets a statement pink for her body. Right now I'm just roughly rolling out her body and her feet, and then I'll go back and try to perfect the sphere better than that later on. But I find that when I am putting the feet and horns on, doing all of that the sphere gets kind of out of shape anyways, so I try not to take too much time on it in the beginning and then just make sure her body is snatched before baking her. This is what we've ended up with now. Got her body and her cute little feet on. So I'm just gonna go in and get the red so I can start shaping her horns and her mouth. I try to weigh almost everything out except for the eyes. And even though all the Twizzles have the same measurements, they somehow turn out so different to me when I'm looking at them. And that's actually something that I love about handmade items, is that even for handmade items of the same exact thing, you can see so much different personality, and it makes me feel like each mozzie is going to be special to their owner. I need to really focus when putting her horns on and make sure they're even, because if I am the cause of Twizzle's bad hair day, she will have my head. Okay, I just got done listing the Zixie desk buddy on my Etsy shop. Hopefully that gets some views today. I wanted to show you the commission piece I just finished. The buyer wanted me to make a keychain for her boyfriend of a stuffed animal that he's had since he was really little. So this is Blarg. I think he turned out stunning. Look at that cute little face. Okay, fine, I give you side profile. Yes, please, paparazzi, photo. Okay, anyways, back to Twizzle, the main star of the show. Please, nobody tell her that I gave Blarg any screen time because she will not be happy. We are all acquainted with the Twizzle, and naturally we end up loving their dramatization of the mundane. It's that person where you could be making a quick trip to the gas station, and the next thing you know, it's an hour-long adventure. You've met 7 new people. You're now invited to a barbecue on Friday night. Somehow your purse broke. You're stopping at Target to get a new one. You're just like, how did we end up here? But also, this was so much fun. The eyes end up being the most finicky part of the process for me. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because I can't weigh out each part in it, but I always end up discarding like at least 6 eyes per batch, because they're just like not even, the pupils aren't big enough. I'm not really sure, but by the end of it, I'm pretty happy with how they all turned out. And I think it's in the eyes that really give each Twizzle their own personality. I seriously end up adjusting these eyes so many times, trying to get them in the right position. There's got to be a better way to put them on there, but I just haven't found it yet. Hopefully I do eventually, because by golly, Now I'm just rolling out her mouth. It's probably the easiest mouth of all the mozzies because it's just a straight line. I think the mozzies have a pretty good balance for me of like level of difficulty for each of their attributes, except for Torp. I think he probably takes me the longest because his hair and mouth combination are just so like finicky to get looking seamless and where I want it, but I think it's all worth it in the end. One of the most annoying things working with polymer clay is the lint for actual years. Like there is no getting rid of it. I do my best with the rubbing alcohol, getting as much as I can off, and then after I bake them, I go over them with some acetone, and that seems to remove it finally, but it's still just such an annoying part of the process. Because no matter what I do, there is always lint everywhere, especially when working with white. There is no escaping it. Now I'm going in to cut out her teeth and get them absolutely crest perfect. This girl will not be caught dead with any spinach in there. They are sparkling. Twizzle doesn't just exist, she performs. She's dramatic, expressive, and impossible to ignore. She feels everything a little more intensely and isn't afraid to show it, whether it's excitement, curiosity, or complete chaos. She brings big personality in a tiny form. If you love bold, quirky characters with a flair for the dramatic, Twizzle might be your perfect match, and the mozzie that's meant for your home to bring a little magic to your life. And with that, she is all finished and ready for the oven. I will save the resin for another day because that's such an intense process that is not aesthetic and takes forever, but here she is, glossed up and ready to go. Thank you so much for visiting us on Vellichor Lane. Comment down below which mozzie you want to see come to life next, and also leave any tips you have for art markets because I'm really interested in doing one of those. I hope you guys have a magical day. Bye.